Okay, folks, I decided to do this YouTube video on my Jeep because, number one, I'm selling it, okay? It's worth more to me in cash than it is for what I use it for. I'm purchasing a new vehicle, which I will be doing a review on. And the new vehicle is more sensible for my family. Right now my wife is driving this and my little girl, and I just want something that's a little bit more family friendly, has a little bit more room, and it's time for me to grow up a little bit, basically, right? So anyway, it's got a 4-inch lift. All right, the lift is a Pro Comp Stage 2, so it's their top of the line. You've got Krager steel rims. All right, you have brand new BF Goodrich TAs. All right, these are brand new. They literally have maybe 1,500 miles on them, and that's all highway. The lift kit has literally 3,000 miles on it. The lift was professionally done by Eastern in Virginia Beach. All right, they dynamically balance all the tires. They dynamically, basically, they do a real professional job. Matter of fact, tomorrow I am bringing this in for a complete retorque, which was part of the lift. That is how new this lift is. So basically, it goes in for a retorque after 3,000 miles, and that's just to make sure that everything is where it should be. So you can see all that. You got increased bump stops. You got all the stuff to bring your steering back in to specs. All that. You got brand new stabilizer arms and all that. All these are aftermarket. You got no vibrations. The thing handles wonderfully. It gets better gas mileage on the freeway now with the larger tires. Not around town, and really no loss of power because the Jeep Rubicon, all right, has those gears that basically run this into specs with your regular Jeep. So you have a really nice, I think it's 4.3 something or other. But anyway, not off the top of my head. If you want to look it up, look it up. This is what I use to tow my trailer around with. It's got a 7-way hitch, all right, right here. Tow ready, all professionally installed, all right. This is unrated, but I'm gonna tell you,
baby.
it's all bolted to the frame right here. So it's more than enough strong to tow this tow rating, which is 3,500 pounds. All right, you can see all the aftermarket stuff in there. Handles like a dream. I mean, look how shiny that is. You have spacers here. You can see the spacers right here. All right. All right, you got your antenna back here. Your antenna is for your super powerful, I'm not going to specify the wattage, but let's just say that the CB is incredibly powerful. So if you have a semi come by you, you have multiple channels. You have 10 kilohertz. Now, if you want to utilize the 10 kilohertz, you have to have a license to do that. Okay? So that's just a disclaimer there. So you need a license. This is the same company that makes General Lee CB, so it's top of the line. Yeah, it's a $250, $300 CB. This is a full size. You wonder why it sticks out? It could, because the CB goes from here all the way back. And it's in there nicely. I just have this thing here because my wife likes to hit her head on everything. This is a Tuffy overhead console, and it's in there nicely. What else? Oh, yeah, I got handholds. Okay, now these handholds are top of the line. They're I forget the name of it, but if you want to know, I can tell you. This is the type that they show basically towing the Jeep out of a mud hole with. These are not J.C. Whitney or anything like that. These were rated #1. Handholds. Everything I have on this Jeep is top of the line. Hey, look at that. You got a baby seat, you know. Okay, what else do we have in here? Oh, we got a brake controller. This is your brake controller for your trailer. Top of line brake controller. A little light comes on when you do it. You got some switches over here. These are your switches for your side mounted lights. Anybody that's been off road, you know it's hard to turn because you got no lighting on the side. This Jeep comes equipped with lighting on the side. You have the 55 watt backup light, flood lamp. It can either be switched on, or what I have it on is when I go into reverse, it automatically goes on. And that's your off-road light here. And that's just in addition to your backup lights. It makes people get out of your way, you know. The Jeep's real clean. It's clean inside and out. As you can see, I take real nice care of it. The only thing, and you can see I upgraded the air conditioner knobs. Those look really nice. I like that. I also put a Driven by Design top coin shelf up there, which makes that usable. And everything is installed properly. It's nothing is installed incorrectly. I work on aircraft. I know how to. The things that I did install, I installed very well. Not to toot my own horn, but you know. This mat's just to protect the carpet. No biggie. But it's gorgeous. I love it. The spare tire you have is the original one that came with the Jeep Rubicon. It's a 31-inch, which would be, you know, if you did blow out a tire, the 31-inch would get you where you need to go, no problem. And that one's unused also. I will also throw in the original Jeep wheels, which are completely perfect. And the Jeep wheels that I do have happen to have some very brand new off-road tires on them also, and I'll throw those in also. And those are actually, it's basically a $900 set of tires, and I will throw those in if you want. And those wheels look like this basically. And those wheels have approximately 5,000 miles on them. The reason I changed those is because I didn't like the ride quality. It was more for off-road, and I do a lot more highway driving. And then let's show you the inside. Sorry about that. Sorry to put you down like that. I'm not going to edit this video, so I'm just going to, it's a long video, sorry. But if you're interested in the car, I'm sure you want to see a lot of it. So if you're not interested in the car, this is a Banks Ram Air. All right. It does provide some extra horsepower, which is real nice to have. This is your K&N filter. It's a lifetime filter. I also have a cleaning kit that I'll throw in. And it's, I think it's like a $45 cleaning kit. It's a lifetime filter. All you got to do is hose it off, but it's not due for cleaning. But when it is, it's free. It has this car has a clean title, and I also have the history of all the oil changes that I've done through Daimler Chrysler. I pulled that report for you guys, so I'll have that on hand if you come look at the Jeep. I kind of hosed off the engine. I didn't detail the engine. I just hosed it off. If you guys want to detail the engine, see, it's still a little bit dusty. Right here, all these wires and stuff, okay? All the stuff that I installed, whether it was a CV or whatever, nothing is going into the electrical system, all right? Everything is on this circuit breaker right here. And you have what this circuit panel does, and it has, 3 extra wires in there. These 3 extra wires can be used for anything else. If you want to add more lights, you can do that. Whatever you want to add, you've got extra wires right here, and they're color coded, and you can hook up your off-road lights or whatever you want, and they're fused. All right, and this is basically a painless wire kit, and it's wonderful because that way you're not tapping into your car's electrical system. So if anything goes wrong, you just blow the fuse here, and you're not blowing anything in your actual fuse panel. The only modification I've done in here is I took the fog lights, and I can have the fog lights run at the same time as the high beams, which comes in handy. And these are aftermarket headlights. much brighter. And the bulbs that I have in are called Fat Boys, which are DOT approved, but they are extremely powerful. You can look those up. Fat Boys. Wonderful. Everything works. You got the little light bulb. Like I said, the only issue I have is the CD player does not work, but the Sirius radio works and all that stuff. I have 2 CDs that are stuck in there, so I can replace the radio. Please send me the radio back so I can get my 2 favorite CDs out of there. But other than that, the radio works. Oh, and the dimmer switch doesn't work. This one right here, and that's to dim your lights right here. Your gauge lights. They're on high power all the time. They're either on night mode or day mode, depending on whether your headlights are on. It's hard to explain. I didn't even notice it. It took me 3 years to realize it didn't work. So it's obviously not very important. But the Jeep's clean. I didn't vacuum it out or anything like that. Oh, and I got a crack on this right here. Look at that little crack. All right, but other than that, everything is good to go. Oh, and I got all-weather tech custom floor mats, and they fit to the Jeep perfectly. I just have these in here just to, it's easier to shake these out, and these work really well. So this is a 2006. Oh, look at this. I got like little whatchamacallit, brand new door guards. Kind of fancy. You got the diamond plate on the side. It's a Jeep Rubicon model. You've got on this model you have low, high, and all that good stuff. And you also have axle locks, front and rear, air axle locks. You also on the Jeep Rubicon have Dana 44s, front and rear. You have 4-wheel disc brakes. All right, so this is top of the line. Okay. There's one sticker on the car. It says Banks Power. Because people always ask me, you know, hey, when you accelerate, you got that thing souped up? No. When you accelerate, it makes a nice sound. It's nice. When you're not accelerating hard, it's not too loud. But I have all the original equipment if you want. But it's all inspectable, and it all is passed Virginia inspection. And that's about it. Alright, so the video is pretty much wrapped up, so if you guys want to have one last look of the Jeep, there she is. Okay, one last look. And it's high, but not ridiculously high. I mean, like I said, it's a 4-inch lift. Doesn't have the body lift, so it's all professionally done. No rubbing at all. I don't care if you take a sharp turn or whatever. These wheels are not rubbing. I hate that. I hate when you get a lift, and if you go off-road or whatever, these are rubbing. This is not rubbing. You got a 4-inch lift with 33s on it, and it ain't rubbing. Nowhere. I've never rock crawled with this thing, so you can look at the bottom, and it's nice and clean. No scratching on the bottom. Nothing. Okay? I've done light off-roading with this. I off-roaded it for about 4 months of my life, and then it became my primary vehicle due to money issues about 3 or 4 years ago. And I decided not to off-road it because I didn't want to break anything like I did on my other off-road vehicle. So I basically babied this thing. And it's been a wonderful vehicle, but it's time for it to go. So, hope you enjoyed the video. If you're in the Virginia area, PM me if you are a serious buyer. Okay, and if you are a serious buyer, I'm asking. I really haven't even thought about it, man. I'm looking for 25 grand for it, and I think that's a fair price. And I'm sure someone, and that's I have way more money in it. Blue Book, I'm seeing these things go for 55. I don't even know how many miles I got on this. Hold on, I feel like an idiot. Yeah, there's your mileage. You know, this is just a baby car. It hasn't even been broken in yet. This is and a lot of people might disagree with me, but in my opinion, IMO, as they say on YouTube, In my opinion, I think this is the best year Jeep made. It's the Jeep Unlimited. You got the stretch wheelbase. You have a wonderful ride. And you got all that extra cargo room. I do the flip, but you have tons of room back here for your gear and everything. This seat right here pops all the way forward. You have easy access. Like I said, my wife is like 5'5", and she lifts the kid up no problem. We have a 3.5-year-old, and the 3.5-year-old loves this vehicle. It's safe. You got a full roll cage in here. Not a full, but you have the standard Jeep roll cage. 5-star frontal crash test, and I think it's 4-star. 4-star on the side. It gets relatively good gas mileage. It isn't a complete freaking hog. You know? It's not a complete hog. You know, it's definitely not a Honda, but I don't think anybody buying this is really interested in the gas mileage. But anyway, yeah, it's a wonderful vehicle. And I know this video is going on and on, but like I said, if you're interested in the vehicle, I'm sure you want to see as much as you possibly can, because $25,000 is an awful lot of money. Okay, if you look up on Yahoo, I've seen unmodified ones go for, with that many miles on it and in this kind of condition, anywhere between 20 and 22. Okay, I'm asking 25. The lift cost more than $3,000, and these are brand new tires. These are brand new. Look at that. They still got the little nubs on them. See the little nubs? And these are the front ones. Let's go to the back. I bet you we can find a full nub sticking up on these things. You know what I'm saying? Hell, the wheels are even clean. Look at that. You know these things are nice. All right. It also has the erosion coating on the bottom. You know, it's got that coating to help so it doesn't rust. So the discoloration you see is that erosion coating that basically protects the bottom. Deadens the sound, if you will. It does make it sound a lot quieter in the vehicle. It's got the hardtop. Like I said, I got all the original rims and all that stuff, and if you're that interested, you can have them all back. But this thing has always passed inspection in Maryland and Virginia for me, so I've never had an issue with it. All right. So 25, thou. Send me a PM, send me an offer. 25 thou or best offer. I think 25,000 that is a sell price that I'm going for.